Hi guys, welcome back to another video. And I was rummaging around my cupboard earlier where we keep our towels, and I found like my arcade boards, and I found this system which I want to talk about. And this is the SNK's Hyper Neo Geo 64, and in these three boxes that you see here are the fighting games. And as I said, this was released in 1997, I think it was, by SNK, and it was meant to really be the successor to the Neo Geo MVS system, which was hugely popular. I've got quite a good collection for the MVS. Check out my Neo Geo MVS collection video that I made a while ago, and that's been uploaded on YouTube. Yeah, this system, they plan to make a home version similar to the MVS AES console, and it just didn't take off. I mean, there were to play these games you need a motherboard. So for these games, these are the fighting games. I actually have another fighting game, the fourth one around here somewhere, but you actually need the fighting motherboard, and there were two revisions of that. I've got revision 2, and I think revision 1, I think only played the Samurai Shodown games, but the revision 2 played all the fighting games. On top of that, there were, I think, 3 other games released for it. There were 2 driving games, I think Road's Edge and Extreme Rally or something, and there was a rail shooter. The system really didn't take off. None of the games were really popular, and then subsequently it was just no more. I think 2 years the lifespan of it was, and in 1999 that was it. It was no more. So the reason I picked this up, because I love all things SNK. I've got a Neo Geo, MVS, AES and a Pocket Colour, and I bought some MVS games from a guy, I think it was off eBay, and he messaged me and said, you know, I bought a load of MVS games off him, and he said to me if I wanted to buy the Hyper Neo Geo 64, which he had lying around. I'd never heard anything about it, but it was the motherboard, fighting motherboard, and the 4 games, and I think he wanted something like 150 English pounds for it all. So I thought, well, why not? So yeah, I picked it up. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the video. What I'll do is I'll show you inside these boxes, then the motherboard, and then I'll set it all up. Hook it up to my TV. I don't actually, unfortunately, I don't have an arcade cabinet at the moment. I'll hook it up to the television, and we'll have a little go in it. Okay, so the first one, if we can see that, is Samurai Spirits, also known as Samurai Shodown 64. So yeah, I got these came in the boxes. So if I open up the box, in there we can see a nice little manual for it. Nothing really interesting in here, to be honest with you guys. And we've got all the bits and bobs, posters, flyers. So we've got that one. And then inside, we've got more bits and pieces. So this is the moves list for the characters. So we've got that. And then inside we've actually got the game. There we go. Big metal cartridge. So it's quite heavy. There's the connectors on there, on the underneath that would clip onto the motherboard. So that's Samurai Spirits. The next one is Fatal Fury Wild Ambition. Here we go. We're looking here, it's much the same as before. So these are the moves cards for the characters. A big flyer for it. It's there. And again, the same black and white, just instructions there of installing the cartridge into the machine. And then here we have, again, the metal cartridge. That's Fatal Fury Wild Ambition. The next game, guys, is Samurai Spirits 2, or Samurai Shodown 2 Warrior's Rage, I think this one was called. And if we look inside, we have the moves cards for the characters. The black and white instruction manual. And again, a nice flyer. So let's see, open this up. There we go. I do love having all of this additional stuff with it. And there again is the big metal cartridge. Okay, that's Samurai Spirits 2. Okay, the final game that I have, which is the fourth and last fighting game on the Hyper Neo G64, is Buriki 1. And for some reason, I don't actually have the box for this. I just have the metal cartridge. So that's really unfortunate. I thought I had them all boxed, but yeah, for some reason I don't. To play these games, guys, you need the arcade motherboard, and this is the fighting motherboard. It's the version 2 revision. It's pretty big, as you can see. It's quite a big board, quite weighty. Cartridge obviously slots into the top here, but if I look underneath, we can see the board there. Here is the battery and the battery holder. This actually had the usual battery that was soldered to the motherboard, but like all my arcade boards and old arcade machines, that sort of thing, I generally remove those. Right, I've set it all up. I'll talk you through this. Here we have, if you can see it, really cheap and nasty. It says HD video converter. Basically, you can plug all your SCART, RGB SCART devices into it, and then the output is HDMI, basically up to your television. So I've just got that out just for basically just to make things a little bit easier. Then that SCART lead goes over to this little box here. Now this is called an arcade, it's an arcade super gun. I got this years back off a guy, I think in Spain, when I was living in the UK. Ordered this from a guy in Spain. Didn't speak much English actually, but yeah, he was selling loads of these boxes, so it just enables you to play arcade, jammer arcade boards or jammer devices basically at home, connected to a telly. So this is the jammer edge connector coming from the super gun, and that connects to the jammer edge on the Hyper Neo 64. Big old cartridge. I've got Samurai Spirits 2. Slots in, pushes down, and then these clips hold the cartridge in place, as do these. To release the cartridge, you just lower the clips and then push these two down and the cartridge pops up. So that's it basically for the motherboard. To power this super gun, I really should be using an arcade power supply, but I'm being, doing things the incorrect way here. I've got this PC ATX power supply, so basically I've just got that supplying power to it. Not the correct way of doing it, but I don't use this a hell of a lot, to be honest with you guys, so please excuse that. I'm just using this as, well, I've hooked it up this way just as a demonstration really, and then yeah, that's output to the actual screen. So yeah, I think I'll have a quick go at this. Oh, incidentally, the controller that I'm using is, I couldn't find one of my Neo Geo controllers, my arcade stick for my AES's somewhere. So I've actually got this, which is like a Super Nintendo control pad. And someone's modded it to basically plug in it. You can use this on a Neo Geo. So yeah, it's got the 4 buttons there. It's, if you're used to using joypads instead of arcade sticks, as pretty much I am these days, whenever I get to play a game, this is quite convenient. So again, you know, if I had this set up permanently, I certainly wouldn't have it set up like this, and I would probably be using like an arcade stick or something. And let's start. What should we use? Go for him. Change into black. There we go. Oh. Work out my moves. Aha. So he plays pretty much the same as he does in the oh, lots of blood. He plays pretty much the same as he does in the other Samurai Shodown games, really. Right, it's not fair, he's got guns. I'll try charging in. That's him done.
手はもらえる。
いざ尋常に一本目勝負。
I do like this game. I mean, I know it didn't get very good reviews and reception when it came out, but I don't know what he's doing there. Oh no! He's activated something. Come on. Come on, kill him. Oh. Yes. Even with using those silly moves, he didn't beat me. A few sneaky moves in there when his back was turned. No. He's blocking everything. Oh no, this looks nasty. It's got me. I don't know how I won that one. Oh, that's a nasty punch. Oh no. Jump straight into that. Killed him. Oh no. What's this? some of that.
覇王丸2本目
Right, come.
勝負
Was he taking any chances then?
覇王丸 いざ尋常に1本目勝負
Keep my distance. Yes. I was just going to back off, but I thought, no, I'll fight. Yes, annihilated him in the end.
いざ尋常に1本目勝負
Did I win? Oh, yes, just about. It's getting me back, really. Oh, straight in the back. Who's this? Oh, beat her quite easily. Oh! Did a death move. Killed her. Fantastic. Aha. See the boss? Oh no. I think he's the boss. Oh no! Get back on. Oh. Yes, actually hit him. Some of that, mate. One around, that's not too bad. Oh, killed him. Opponents in this game are getting more and more bizarre as I go through the game. Wasn't expecting him to charge forward then. It's very bizarre. Did it again. Can't do anything. Killed me. Very bizarre, this character. Well, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay video, and unfortunately I didn't complete the game, but I don't know whether that was the last character or not. But yeah, I'll test out some other games on here, set the camera rolling, and please watch my other videos. Right, cheers guys.